free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from the bias of attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from the bias of attachment and aversion. Please turn to page 13, the lineage supplication. So this lineage supplication specifically is tied to the empowerment lineage for this particular Usnisavijaya lineage. Yeah, every practice has its own lineage. These days when we talk about lineage, most people are thinking more of lineage in the institutional sense, yeah? Such as, these big names, right? The Gelugpa lineage, the Sakyapa lineage, and so on and so forth. But more basic meaning than these institutional, lineage as institutions with specific, hierarchy and all of that. The more basic meaning of lineage, as far as practice goes, is the lines of transmission for every single practice. As simple as, your having received the 6-syllable mantra Om Mani Padme Hum comes from a specific line. Now, no one has composed the prayer for your specific Om Mani Padme Hum lineage, but there is a lineage. Yes, so this particular lineage here is the Usnisavijaya as received by Marpa from Atisha, and you'll see both these names here, and then from Marpa all the way down. Now, this is not the only way that it has come down. Yeah, so at every single point, right, in one of these names, there are some other names who have received, unless the history tells you that it was only given to one person. And you do have instances like that, where it said that it was only given to one person, and that person in the next generation gave it to one person. So you see this quite a bit. It will say it was transmitted like one person to one person for 7 generations. And then generation 8, it was given to many people, and then many people received it, and many people gave it to many people, and all the way down here. So what this lineage prayer here represents is one of these streams, and there could be more streams around. We don't know, but this is one stream. So then this stream comes from Marpa, right, and all the way down. And many of the names, as you'll see in here, comes names of Drikung Kagyu lamas. Many of the names here are Drikung Kagyu lamas. And then eventually comes to the 15 or 14 Karmapa. Then from that Karmapa, it went to Jamgon Kongtru Yongten Gyatso. And in the context of Kongtru Yongten Gyatso compiling the Kagyu Ngakzu, this practice is inserted in this collection called the Collection of Kagyu Tantras, Kagyu Ngakzu. And this Kagyu Ngakzu is how our Holiness received this particular transmission. And it went to, so from Kongtru Yongten Gyatso, it went to Khenchen Oze, to then the previous Kyabgon Chesang, Shive Lodro, then Shive Lodro to the previous Trisap regent, Gyabra Trisap, then from there to the current Kyabgon Chesang, and then from Kyabgon Chesang to us. So this is the specific line. Yeah. So page 13, and most of them are names of the gurus. So for this morning, we will chant this in Tibetan. Namo Guru Ve De Shingi Gompo Tsepa Me Ringa Lamo Kursen Namgya Ma Chida Duki Yungo Doze Ma Yishin Kolo Dagyu Jinji Lo Kyelzan Namden Shipa Shakya To Maon Sangye Ngapa Jamba Gongyache Chumpo Tomesha Sowa Depso Chida Yujom Sho Yinyen Shabdan Cholam Wanchu De Chuki Dhaba Shankana Nitsen Zeti Patene Atisha Sowa Depso Chida Yujom Sho Sarme Tempe Gombo Martonje Ganjen Rube Sugye Miletsen Sering Madan Shiva Okisha Sowa Depso Chida Yujom Sho Nyenzo Reba Yapu Payitsen Lingje Reba Gyare Joyetsen Zari Reba Zagom Lozangsha Sowa Depso Chida Yujom Sho Mon Lampada Yonten Gyatso Da Yare Padan Tuku Gyawan Jedan Shakya Pelve Shab Sowa Depso Chida Yujom Sho Drogon Chokya Chuki Dapada Kumpam Padang Kukien Bekar Tseng Awang Zampo Mi Pam Lordosha Sowa Depso Danjan Yujom Sho Pasam Wampo Kunga Lhundup Dan Chuki Wang Chu Gele Shepe Tsen Tuki Dorje Jamgun Gebesha Sowa Depso Chida Yujom Sho Dechen Dorje Jampel Pa Du Chen Chonan Tek Cho Dorje Da Jamgong Kong Du Yon Ten Gatso Sha Sowa Depso Chida Yujom Sho Kenjen Oze Shiwe Lo Drok Tsen Trisa Gyara Tenzen Tu Temse Dinchen Sawe Lame Tso Nam La Sowa Depso Chida Yujom Sho De Dar Sagil Lame Tso Nam Ki Changchu Bardu Sejin Nam Gyame Jesu Zinjin Zumki Penyon Shung Ne Sung Pa Chi Se Nu Du So Ke Wa Kundu Lama Dan De Me Chu Ki Pe La Long Chu Chin Sa Dan Lam Ki Yon Ten Rab Zo Ne Dur Je Chang Ki Go Pa Nu Du Shu. Just to point out that this lineage comes down from Marpa to Milarepa is actually quite significant. Of course, these days, we think, oh yes, the Namgyalma empowerment, yeah, I got it, And of course, some of us have had hundreds of different empowerments. And so then we think this is just business as usual. Several years ago, now that texts are all digitized, so several years ago I did a search out of curiosity, like some afternoon got bored doing things. So I went to the so-called 100,000 Songs of Milarepa, right? This famous collection that's been translated at least twice now. Just out of curiosity, I did a search for names of deities. Yeah? Okay. You know who doesn't turn up in the 100,000 Songs of Milarepa? Most of them don't turn up. There is no Medicine Buddha, there's no Amitabha, there's no Manjushri, there's no Tara. No. Nobody turns up. Chakasamwara turns up, Vajavarahi turns up, Hevajra turns up. And these are more like quotes, to say, oh, Hevajra Tantra, or Milarepa at the beginning of the songs may say, homage to the innate yogini, something like that. Yeah, like at the beginning of songs. Or usually his songs is homage to his guru, Marpa. But here and there it has like something addressed to Demcho, Chakasamvara, or Varahi. I believe, if I remember correctly, Avalokiteshvara was mentioned twice. That's a high honor in there because usually don't turn up. And Usnisavijaya turns up once. It's said that he performed a purification ritual for some village or some area that was experiencing some kind of plague of some sort. And he did this. So now we see that he actually received this from Marpa. So back in Milarepa's time, especially among Kagyupas, very few deities are practiced. People didn't go around collecting as many deity empowerments as they could. That was the focus of the Sakyapas, collecting as many deity transmissions from India as possible. So like today, this big collection of deities called Lhundup Kundu. It originated from India, but the Sakyapas were the ones who made great effort to make sure that they got every single of like over 300 deities in the Lhundup Kundu. Like Avalokiteshvara in rainbow colors, and then colors that you don't know even exist, with different hands, with different legs. That was so many of the deity practices that contemporary, like when you do these deity practices, if you look at their lineage prayers, more often than not, the middle part of that transmission is all names of Sakyapa lamas. Sakyapa and Chonangpa. Actually, Chonang also. What Chonang is almost Sakya. They're very close to Sakyapas. I think Chonang Monastery at one point was a Sakyapa monastery. So many of the names are Sakyapa and Chonangpa lamas. And then at some point, if you got it from the Kagyu or from the Gelug, then it enters, the Kagyu and the Gelug. But otherwise, a whole big chunk of them at the beginning, when it connects to Tibet, of course, it will begin with Indian masters, and then when it connects with Tibet, it's more often than not a Sakyapa Lama, a Chonangpa Lama, and then a whole list of them, and then comes into other lineages. And so that's like very common. But in the early Kagyupa community, very few deities. It was mostly Mahamudra and 6 yogas was how they spent their time. In the Nyingmas, their deities, they have a special way of getting transmission. Treasures. So they don't have a whole bunch of Sakyapa lamas in their transmission. They have what they call the short transmission. So they get visions, they get things buried in the ground and in trees, and so then it's a short lineage, and so you don't have that many Sakyapa names. But otherwise, Sakyapa, Chonangpa lamas were very concerned about preserving all these lineages. Okay, so since we added offerings, now we do the blessing of the offerings on page 20. Om mantra amrita kundali hana hana om pe om swabhava shuddha sarva dharma swabhava shuddhoham. Within the state of emptiness from Om's appear vast and spacious vessels made from precious jewels. Inside them the Oms dissolve into light, which become offerings made from divine substances, drinking water, washing water, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, water, food, and so on. Offerings of music, banners, and canopies, and so forth, inconceivable, sparkling, and unimpededly limitless, like space. Om Bhajra Argam Ahong Om Bhajra Padyang Ahong Om Bhajra Pushpam Ahong Om Bhajra Dhupam Ahong Om Bhajra Deepam Ahong Om Bhajra Khende Ahong Om Bhajra Nivedam Ahong Om Bhajra Shabda Ahong Om Bhajra Dharmaranita Pranita Sampraranita Sarvabhuta Shata Prachalini Bhaja Paramita Nada Swabhava Bhajra Dharma Hidaya Santosana. Next, the specific refuge formula that is in the sadhana on page 23. Dadan Dhova Namke Dadan Nyampe Senchen Tamche Du Dine Zungte Chise Chanchu Nimpola Chiki Bardu Penden Lama Dampa Namla Kyapsu Chi O Sope Samge Chumden De Namla Kyapsu Chi O Dampe Cho Namla Kyapsu Chi O Pape Gede Namla Kyapsu Chi O Dadan Rowa Namke Dadan Nyampe Semchen Tamche Dudine Sungte Chisi Chanchu Nimpola Chiki Bardu Penden Lama Dampa Nam Kyapsu Chivo Zobe Sangye Chonden De Namla Kyapsu Chivo Dampe Cho Namla Kyapsu Chivo Pape Ge Namla Kyapsu Chivo Dada Dowa Namke Dada Nyampe Semchen Tamche Du Dine Sungte Jisi Chanchu Nimpola Chiki Bardu Bende Lama Dampa kyabsu chi o zobe sangye chunden de namla kyabsu chi o dambe cho namla kyabsu chi o pape gede namla kyabsu chi o lama dang koncho rinpoche namba sumla cha se shin kyabsu chi o ke nam ki dagi gyu jingi labdu so sen chen tam che ki dondu zope sanje ki kompan to barja de che du sukto nampar gyame gomde la zukbar gi o lama dang koncho rinpo che namba sumla cha se shin kyapsu chi o ke nam ki dagi gyu jingi labdu so sem chen tam je ki dondu zobe sanje ki gompan to barja de che du suktor nampar gyame gomde la zukbar gi o lama dang koncho rinpoche namba sumla cha se shin kyapsu chi o ke nam ki dagi gyu jingi labdu so sem chen tam je ki dondu zobe sanje ki gompan to barja de che du soktor namba gyame gomde la zukbar gi o. Starting from the page 25. From the white tomb standing on the moon is arisen from an eye in your hearts as Bhagavati Usnisavijaya lights radiate, inviting the naturally existing Usnisavijaya mandala and a retinue of an assembly of Bodhisattvas Bhambhaja Samaja, glorious goddess, color of the autumn moon with 3 faces and 8 arms, exceedingly beautiful and serene, you who grant supreme life and immeasurable wisdom, homage and praise to you, O Vijaya Goddess. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Argyam Padyam Pushpam Dupam Dipam Gende Nivide Shapta Pratijako. afflictions of the worlds, you Tathagatas, wherever you abide, foe destroyers, Sattvas, think of us, we pray, in whichever lifetime in samsara, with whatever misdeeds that we have done in previous other lifetimes. This present life, having been stirred by anger, foolishness, and the influence of attachment against the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, our gurus and parents, foe destroyers, bodhisattvas, and whoever worthy of offerings, and sentient beings other than those without good qualities, all such misdeeds that we have done, ordered others to do, or however slightly we have rejoiced in them because of heedlessness, the subtlest ways committed with body, speech, and mind, having with our minds brought them entirely together. To you, perfect Buddhas, and your heirs henceforth transparently, having paid homage with utter respect, with a sorrowful mind, palms together, all these mistakes repeatedly we lay bare, each and every one of them, all the non-virtues, forgive me now, lay aside each and every one of them, in accordance with the knowledge of the perfect Buddhas, and henceforth we will definitely not act in such a manner again to generate non-conceptual understanding. We supplicate you to turn the wheel of Dharma, and for as long as trainees are not satiated, we pray that you do not pass into Nirvana to pacify the suffering of beings for as long as we live. Dharma and Sangha we go for refuge, with complete respect, to thoroughly pacify the infinite suffering of the realms of sentient beings, to be freed from the lower rebirths, liberated from afflictions, to be thoroughly protected from the various kinds of sufferings that occur when we fear the unhappiness of existence. We generate bodhicitta. May we be refuge for all destitute sentient beings. Be the protector for the protectorless, and act as support for those lacking support. May we be the refuge for those without refuge, and may we suffering become bliss. May we pacify the afflictive emotions of all sentient beings, whatever virtuous actions accumulated here and elsewhere. May they become the two accumulations known as merit and wisdom. In whatever way we have been diligent by way of the 6 paramitas, sentient beings without exception benefit from it. Aspiration prayers the heirs of the previous victorious ones have made. Likewise may we with virtuous minds make such aspiration. Sentient beings have happiness, and so be without sickness. May our activities be all omnipotent and endowed with good qualities. May we be wealthy, magnanimous, wise, faithful to the virtues in all our lives as sentient beings. May we remember our past lives and be loving. The refuge field dissolves into you. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings have happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings forever rest in great equanimity, free from the bias of attachment and aversion. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings have the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings forever rest in great equanimity, free from the bias of attachment and aversion. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings have happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings forever rest in great equanimity, free from the bias of attachment and aversion. Please go to page 97. So, if you remember where we ended yesterday, we did a brief dissolution, and then after that, a spontaneous arising again as Usnisavijaya ourselves. And it says, to carry on your activities during the break session, maintaining the identity, the pride of being Usnisavijaya. So, taking a moment, to renew that remembrance, that mindfulness of ourselves as the deity Usnisavijaya, in the three places with the three syllables Om Ah Hong, which is the essence of the exalted body, speech, and mind of all the Buddhas, maintaining that awareness, that mindfulness, and then recalling how we generated in the space in front, in this case, this mandala here, Usnisavijaya. So you can think of like Usnisavijaya that you yourself is the potential of attaining that state, and the Usnisavijaya in front is the actuality of Usnisavijaya, purified, cleared of all the veils, of all the three obscurations, actual Usnisavijaya, who is also in essence our guru, is in that mandala in the space in front, surrounded by her retinue. And if you recall, even though it's not in this sadhana, normally her retinue is said to consist of these other deities, with Avalokiteshvara and Vajrapani flanking her left and her right and left, and then in the 4 cardinal directions, the 4 wrathful deities, and then the 2 gods from the pure abodes in the sky above, pouring down this elixir, and they are all seated above the Bumpa. The Bumpa, that is also, we have a representation of that Bumpa on the shrine in the mandala, and all the elixir flowing into the Bumpa. And so that elixir, that nectar, is what we will receive as a sign of blessings at the end of the practice, at the end of our small offering practice this weekend. So now we're going to go to page 97 and to begin the offerings of the 5 sets, which is the offering of food, the offering of incense, light, parasol, and the banner. So that's the starting from page 97. Then after that there is the offering of the Dharani, again with the circumambulations. Om Mantra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Swabha Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddhoham. Within the state emptiness from Om's appear vast and spacious vessels. From precious jewels inside them, the Oms dissolve into light, which become offerings from divine substances, drinking water, feet washing water, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, water, food, furthermore, offerings of music and prayers and peace. Inconceivable, sparkling, and unimpededly limitless like space. Om Vajra Argam Ahom. Om Vajra Padyang Ahom. Om Vajra Pushpam Ahom. Om Vajra Dhupam Ahom. Om Vajra Dipam Ahom. Om Bhadra Gende Aho. Om Bhadra Nevedam Aho. Om Bhadra Shakta Aho. All the types of drinking water that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds, with devotion we offer to you. Victorious deities, grant the unsurpassity of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Argyam Pratija Soha, all the types of feet washing water that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds with devotion, we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Padyang Pratija Soha, all the types of flowers that exist in this world and in other worlds with devotion, I offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Pushpe Pratija Soha, all the types of incense that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds with devotion, we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Dhupe Pratija Soha, all the types of lamps that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds with devotion, we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Parivara Dipam Pratija Soha, all the types of perfume water that possibly exist in this world and in all other worlds with devotion, we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Gende Pratija Soha, all the types of foods that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds with devotion, we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Nivedam Pratija Soha, all the types of music that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds with devotion, we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Shasta Pratija. Sarva Tathagate Bhayo Vishamukebhya Sarvataka Ungate saparana imang kagana kang soha nama sarva tathagate bhayo vishamukebhya sarvata kan ungate saparana imang kagana kang soha nama sarva tathagate bhayo vishamukebhya sarvata kang ungate saparana himang gagana kang soha. The offering substances naturally fill and pervade the 10 directions. All the types of foods that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds with devotion we offer to you. Victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Nivedyam Pratija Swaha. All the types of incense that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds, with devotion we offer to you, victorious deities, the supercity of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Pratija Swaha. Types of realms that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds. With devotion we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Hover a little bit until the end of this section. From here, and then move around a little bit. The types of parasols that possibly exist in this world and in other worlds, with devotion we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Chatamka Pratija Soha. The types of furnace and possibly exist in this world and in other worlds, with devotion we offer to you, victorious deities, grant the unsurpassed city of power over life. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Patanga Pratija Soha. Filled with the food of elixir of deathlessness of the three roots, these exquisite pure foods arranged in rows that are splendid. Hundreds of tastes perfectly emanated are offered for the purpose of pleasing you, host of Usnisavijaya deities. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Bhajra Nivedyam Pratija Swaha. This collection of medicinal trees with an abundance of fragrances, soothingly rivaling the aroma of trees of deathlessness, burned by fire. These small clouds of incense we offer for the purpose of pleasing you, host of Usnisavijaya deities, Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Vajra Dupam Pratija Soha. In the centers of coiling oceans of butter and ghee, a white golden wicks burning in the shape of rows of lamps that outshine the light of sun and moon. We offer for the purpose of pleasing you, host of Usnisavijaya deities, Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Vajra Dipam Pratija Soha. Precious parasols that are elegant and with golden handles, endowed with beautiful ornaments of different regions. Again, these rows of well-formed, beautiful to behold parasols we offer for the purpose of pleasing you, host of Usnisavijaya deities, Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Vajra Chatamkra Pratija Soha. The upper tips of the straight and wavy precious handles are adorned by half-moons, vajras, and jewels. A row of beautiful offering banners endowed with penance we offer for the purpose of pleasing you, host of Usnisavijaya deity. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Vajra Patanka Pratija Soha. With continuous devotion, we beautifully set up immaculate multitudes of perfectly pleasing, pure divine food. We offer this to you. Assembly of Vijaya deities, kindly bestow the swift attainment, liberation, and perfect awakening. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Parivara Nivedyam Pratija Soha. With continuous devotion, we beautifully set out immaculate multitudes of perfectly pleasing, all-pervading incense. We offer this assembly of Vijaya deities, kindly bestow the swift attainment, liberation, and perfect awakening. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Dupam Pratija Soha. With continuous devotion, we beautifully set up immaculate multitudes of perfectly pleasing, illuminating lamps. We offer this to you, assembly of Vijaya deities, kindly bestow the swift attainment, liberation, and perfect awakening. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Dipam Pratija Soha. With continuous devotion, we beautifully set out immaculate multitudes, perfectly pleasing, precious jewel canopy. We offer this to you, assembly of Vijaya deities, kindly bestow the swift attainment, liberation, and perfect awakening. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Chatamkar Pratija Soha. Newest devotion we beautifully set up immaculate multitudes of perfectly pleasing celestial banners. We offer this to you, the assembly of Usnisavijaya deities. Please bestow the swift attainment of complete liberation and perfect awakening. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Patanka Pratija Soha. Apart from the multitude of offerings, there is also melodious and pleasing music. May each of these offering clouds remain here, halting and dissolving the sufferings of sentient beings. Namo Ranajaya, Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Parmadani Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya. Om Bhadre Bhadre Mahabhadre Mahatejo Bhadre Mahabhidya Bhadre Mahabodhicitta Bhadre Mahabodhi Mandopa Sankramana Bhadre Savakama Avara Mishodana Bhadre Soha. Flowers and so forth descend uninterruptedly on all the supreme jewels of the perfect Dharma, stupas and statues. Namo Ranajaya, Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Parmadane Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bhadre Bhadre Mahabhadre Mahatejo Bhadre Mahabhidya Bhadre Mahabodhicitta Bhadre Mahabodhi Mandopa Sankramana Bhadre Sarva Kama Avarana Vishodana Bhadre as Manju Gosha and others made offerings to the victorious ones in the same way. Offerings to you, Tathagatas, and your retinue of heirs. Namo Ranajaya, Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramadane Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bhadre Bhadre Mahabhadre Mahatejo Bhadre Mahabhidya Bhadre Mahabodhicitta Bhadre Mahabodhi Mandopa Sankramana Bhadre Sarvakama Avarana Vishodana Bhadre Soha. We praise with oceans of songs of praise you, oceans of good qualities. These clouds of songs of praise, may they certainly arise. Namo Ranachayaya, Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramadane Tathagataya Arahate Samyasa Udaya Teyata Om Bhadre Bhadre Mahabhadre Mahabhadre Mahabhidya Bhadre, Mahabodhicitta Bhadre, Mahabodhi Mandopa Sankara Manda Bhadre, Savakama Avarana Bishodana Bhadre, Soha. Glorious goddess, color of the autumn moon, with 3 faces and 8 arms, exceedingly beautiful and serene, you who grant supreme life and immeasurable homage and praise to you, O victorious goddess, O victorious lady, Lord of the worlds, chief of the esoteric teachings, Achala, Kamaraja, Niladanda, Mahabhala, together with the Deva Putras of the pure boast, to you, gathering of Vijaya deities, we pay homage. Put down. We need flowers. So the visualization now is the elixir flowing continuously from the body of Usnisavijaya into the Bumba. We're on page 122. Elixir flows continuously from the body of the Bhagavati, descending into the vase and completely filling it. So if you have enough hands, you can hold this while circumambulating. Even with 8 hands, they are all occupied. So you go first, and then I. Om Namo Bhagavate Sarva Trilokya Prativishistaya Buddhyate Nama Yata Om Dhum 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 Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Asama Samanta Avabhasha Saparana Gati Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Abhishinchantu Mam Sarva Tathagata Sugata Varavachana Amrita Abhishekara Mahamudra Tapade Ahara Ahara Mamasa Shodaya Shodaya Bishodaya Bishodaya Gagana Swabhava Bishuddhe Usnisavijaya Parishuddhe Sahasrasmi Sanjudite Sarva Tathagata Avalokine Shashta Paramita Paripurani Sarva Tathagata Mate Dashabhumi Pratishtite Sarva Tathagata Hridaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Mude Mude Mahamudre Vajrakaya Samatana Shuddhe Savakarma Avarana Vishuddhe Prati Nirvataya Mama Ayu Vishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Samaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Vimuni Vimuni Mahavimuni Mati Mati Mahamati Mamati Sumati Tatata Buddha Koti Parishuddhe Vishpuddha Buddheshuddhe He He Jaya Jaya Vijaya Vijaya Samara Sama Sapara Sapara Saparaya Saparaya Sarva Buddha Adhishtana Adhishtite Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Bajre Bajre Mahabajre Garbe Jaya Garbe Vijaya Garbe Bhaja Jwala Garbe Bajra Udbhave Bajra Sambhave Bajra Bajrini Bajri Bhavatu Mama Sharira Sarva Sattvanancha Kaya Parishuddhi Bhavatu Mesada Sarva Gati Parishuddhischa Sarva Tathagatascha Mam Sarva Satascha Samashwashyantu Buddhya Buddhya Siddhya Siddhya Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vibodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Shodhyaya Shodhyaya Bishodhaya Bishodhaya Samanta Mochaya Mochaya Samanta Rashmi Parishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Hridaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Mahamudra Om Drum Swaha Om Amrita Ayudade Swaha Om Ahung Tham He Ang A Raksha Raksha Mam Sarvastam Swamscha Swaha No Namo Bhagavate Savatre Loka Prativishistaya Buddhyate Namate Yata Om Dhum 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 Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Samanta Avabhasha Saparana Gati Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Abhisinchantu Mam Sarva Tathagata Varavachana Amrita Abhisekara Mahamudra Mantrapade Ahara Ahara Mama Ayusam Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Usnisavijaya Parishuddhe Sahasra Rashmi Sanjodite Sarva Tathagata Avalokine Paramita Paripurane Sarva Tathagata Mate Dashabhumi Pratishtite Hridaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Mude Mude Mahamude Bhajakaya Sanghatana Parishuddhe Vishuddhe Prati Nirvataya Mama Ayu Vishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Samaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Om Muni Vimuni Vimuni Mahavimuni Mahamati Mamati Sumati Tatata Buddha Koti Parishuddhe Vishputa Buddheshuddhe Jaya Jaya Vijaya Vijaya Samara Samara Sapara Sapara Saparaya Saparaya Sarva Buddha Adishtite Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Bajre Bajre Maha Bajre Su Bajre Bajragar Vijaya Garbe Baja Jwala Garbe Baja Udbave Baja Sambhave Baja Bajrini Bajri Bhavatu Mama Shariram Sarva Sattva Nanchakaya Parishuddhi Bhavatu Mesada Sarva Gati Parishuddhischa Sarva Tatagatascha Mam Sarva Sattvascha Sama Swashyantumbu Buddhya Buddhya Siddhya Siddhya Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vibodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Vimochaya Vimochaya Shodhyaya Shodhyaya Vishodhaya Vishodhaya Samanta Mochaya Mochaya Samanta Rashmi Parishuddhi Sarva Tatagat Hidaya Adishtana Adishtite Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Mahadrapade Soha Om Drum Soha Om Amrita Ayurveda Soha Om Ahum Tam Shri Am A Raksharashamam Sarva Sadhunam So Om Namo Bhagavate Savatre Lokya Prajishta Buddhaya Te Namataya Ta Om Brum Brum Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Asama Samanda Avabasa Satparana Gati Gagana Sabhava Vishuddhe Abhisheng Chatumam Sarva Tata Gadasu Paravachana Amrita Abhike Mahamuda Manda Prate Ahara Ahara Mama Ayu Santa Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Gagana Sabhava Vishuddhe Usnisavijaya Parishuddhe Sahasha Rasmi Sanjutide Savadada Gada Avalokini Shasta Paramida Paripurani Savadada Gada Madeda Shabhumi Pratitide Shidaya Atisthana Atisthate Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Badrakaya Samhatana Marishuddhe Sarva Karma Karma Avara Pratini Vardaya Mama Yurbishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Samaya Atisthana Atisthate Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Bemuni Bemuni Mahabemuni Mati Mati Mahamati Mamati Sumati Tat Bodha Gudde Parishuddhe Visputa Buddhe Shuddhe Hehe Jaya Jaya Vijaya Vijaya Samara Samara Sabara Sabara Sabaraya Sabaraya Sarva Buddha Tisthana Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Bajre Bajre Maha Bajra Su Bajre Bajra Garbe Jaya Garbe Vijaya Garbe Bajra Jola Bajra Ud Bhave Bajra Sam Bhave Bajre Bajrini Bajra Bhavantu Mama Shariram Sarva Satum Pavandu Mesada Sarvagate Purishuddhe Shats Tathagata Shats Mam Sarva Tattva Shats Sama Shasayandu Buddha Siddhasta Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vibodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Vimochaya Vimochaya Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Samanta Mochaya Mochaya Samanta Rasmi Parishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Shidaya Atisthana Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Mahamudra Manta Prati Soha Om Rum Om Amrita Ayurveda Soha Om Ahum Tam Shri Am A Raksha Raksha Mam Sarva Sattva Shatsa Soha Nam Namo Bhagavate Sarvatre Lokya Pratibhishitaya Buddhaya Te Namadaya Ta Om Brum 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 Shodaya Sho Vishodaya Vishodaya Asama Samanta Avabasa Safarana Gati Gagana Sabhava Vishuddhe Abhisheng Tadumam Sarva Tathagata Su Paravachana Amrita Abhisheng
Manda Prate Ahara Ahara Mama Ayur Sandarani Shodaya Shodaya Bishodaya Bishodaya Gagana Sabava Bishude Usnisavijaya Parishude Sahasa Rasmi Santuti Te Sarva Dada Gada Avalo Shasta Paramida Pariburani Sarva Dada Gada Mati Dasha Bhumi Pratidishte Sarva Dada Gada Shida Atisthana Atistade Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Bajrakaya Samhadana Parishuddhe Sarva Karma Avarana Bishuddhe Pradini Vartaya Mama Ayur Bishuddhe Adhisthana Adhistade Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Muni Bhimuni Mahabhim Mati Mati Mamati Mamati Sumati Tathada Buddha Koti Parishuddhe Bisputa Buddhi Shuddhe Hehe Jaya Vijaya Vijaya Samara Samara Sabara Sabara Sabaraya Sabaraya Sarva Buddha Adhisthana Adhistade Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Bajre Bajre Ma So Bajre Bajra Garbe Jaya Garbe Vijaya Garbe Bhadra Jola Garbe Bhadra Jot Bhave Bhadra Sam Bhave Bhadra Bajrini Bajra Bhavandu Mama Shariram Sarva Sadhana Sakaya Parishuddhir Bhava Mesada Sarva Gade Parishuddhir Shat Sarvata Gada Shat Shatsandam Samashasayandu Bodhya Bodhya Siddhya Siddha Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Bimuchaya Bimuchaya Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Samanda Mochaya Mochaya Samanda Rasmi Parishuddhe Sarvada Gada Adhisthana Adhisthatre Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Mahamudra Manda Pradesho Om Brum Soha Om Ambrida Ayurda Soha Om Ahung Tam Sri Am Raksha Raksha Mam Sarva Sattva Shadza Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Sarvatre Lokya Pratibhishitaya Buddhaya De Nama Dayata Om Brum 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 Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Asama Samanda Avabacha Savarana Gati Gagana Sabhava Vishuddhe Abhishekha Tandumam Sarvatata Gata Sukata Padana Samana Abhishekha Ahara Shodaya Shodaya Bishodaya Bishodaya Gagana Swabhava Bishuddhe Vijaya Parishuddhe Sahasra Rashmi Sanchodite Sarvatata Gata Avalokine Sasha Paramita Paripurane Mate Dasha Bhumi Pratishtite Sarva Tathagata Hridaya Adhisthana Adhishtite Mude Mude Mahamudre Vajakaya Samhatana Parishuddhe Sarva Karma Avarana Bishuddhe Pratinirvataya Mama Ayu Bishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Samaya Adhisthana Adhishtite Om Muni Muni Mahavumi Vimuni Vimuni Mati Mati Mahamati Mamati Sumati Tatata Bhuta Koti Parishuddhe Vishputa Buddhe Shuddhe Hehe Jaya Jaya Vijaya Vijaya Samara Samara Sapara Sapara Saparaya Saparaya Sarva Buddha Adhisthana Adhishtite Buddhe Buddhe Bajre Bajre Mahabajre Subhajre Bhaja Garbe Jaya Garbe Vijaya Garbe Bhaja Jwala Garbe Bhaja Udbhave Bhaja Sambhave Bhaja Bhajini Bhaje Bhavatu Mama Sharira Nanchakaya Parishuddhi Bhavatu Mesada Sarvagati Parishuddhischa Sarva Tathagatascha Mam Sarva Sattvascha Buddhya Buddhya Siddhya Siddhya Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vibodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Vimochaya Vimochaya Shodhyaya Shodhyaya Vishodhaya Vishodhaya Samanta Mochaya Samanta Rashmi Parishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Hridaya Adhisthana Adhishtite Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Mahamudra Soha Om Thum Soha Om Amrita Ayudade Soha Om Hum Tham Hri Am A Raksha Rasha Mam Sarvastam Swamscha Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Savatre Lokya Parti Vishishtaya Buddhyate Namatayata Drum 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 Shodaya Shodaya Bishodaya Bishodaya Asama Samanta Gati Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Abhishinchantu Mam Sarvatata Gata Sugata Varavachana Amrita Abhisekara Mahamudra Mantrapade Ahara Ahara Mama Ayusam Dharani Shodaya Shodaya Vishuddhaya Vishuddhaya Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Usnisavijaya Parishuddhe Sahasra Rashmi Sanjodite Sarvatata Gata Avalokini Shasta Paramita Paripurane Sarvatata Gata Mate Dashabhumi Om Sarvatata Gata Hridaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Bhajakaya Samhatana Parishuddhe Prati Nirvataya Mama Ayu Vishuddhe Sarvatata Gata Samaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Vimuni Vimuni Mahavimuni Sumati Tatata Bhuttakoti Parishuddhe Vishputa Buddhe Shuddhe He Jaya Jaya Vijaya Vijaya Sapara Sapara Saparaya Saparaya Sarva Buddha Adhishtana Adhishtite Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Bhajre Bhajre Mahabhajre Vijaya Garbe Bhaja Jwala Garbe Bhaja Udbhave Bhaja Sambhave Bhajra Bhadrini Bhadri Bhavatu Mama Shariram Sarva Sattva Nanchakaya Parishuddhi Bhavatu Gati Parishuddhischa Sarva Tatagatascha Mam Sarva Sattvascha Samasosyantu Buddhya Buddhya Siddhya Siddhya Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vibodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Vimochaya Vimochaya Shodhyaya Shodhyaya Vishodhaya Vishodha Samanta Mochaya Mochaya Samanta Rashmi Parishuddhe Sarva Tatagata Hridaya Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Mahamudra Mantra Pade Swaha Om Dum Swaha Om Amrita Ayuda De Swaha Om Ahong Tam Hri Ang A Raksha Rakshamam Sarvastam Samsya Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Savatre Lokya Parti Vishishtaya Buddhya Te Nama Om Dum 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 Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Asama Samanda Avavasa Saparana Gati Gagana Sabhava Vishuddhe Sat Sawa Tada Gata Sugata Varavachana Amrita Navige Garama Ahara Ahara Mama Yursandarani Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Gagana Sabhava Vishuddhe Unisha Bija Parishuddhe Sahasha Rasmi Sanjutide Sarva Tadagata Avalokini Shasta Paramita Paripurani Sarva Tadagata Mate Dasha Bhumi Prati Sarva Tadagata Shridaya Atisthana Atisthate Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Bajrakaya Samhatana Parishuddhe Sarva Karma Avarana Vishuddhe Pradine Varta Sarva Tadagata Samaya Atisthana Atisthate Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Bimuni Bimuni Mahabim Mati Mati Mamati Mamati Sumati Tatra Buddha Gode Parishuddhe Vishputa Buddhishuddhe He Jaya 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 Vijaya Samara Samara Sapara Sabaraya Sabaraya Sarva Buddha Atisthana Atisthate Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Mahabhadra Subhadra Jaya Jaya Vijaya Jaya Garbe Bhadra Jola Bajra Uddha Bhave Bajra Sam Bhave Bajre Bajrini Bajra Bhavantu Mama Shariram Sarva Sadhu Nasakaya Parishuddhe Bhavantu Meta Sarva Gade Parishuddhe Shatsa Sadhu Satsa Shatsamam Sarva Sastu Shatsa Samashyantu Buddhaya Buddhaya Siddhaya Siddhaya Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vimodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Vimochaya Vimochaya Shodhaya Shodhaya Vishodhaya Vishodhaya Samanta Mochaya Mochaya Samanta Rami Parishuddhe Sarva Tadagata Shridaya Atisthana Atisthate Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Mahamudra Manta Pradreso
Om Brum Soha, Om Amrita Ayurdade Soha, Om Ahong Tram Shri Am A Raksha Raksha Sarva Sato Shaz Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate Savadre Logya Pradibhishishta Bodhaya Denama Dayada Om Brum 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 Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Asama Samanta Avavasa Savarana Gadi Gagana Sobhava Vishuddhe Tatumam Sarva Tadagada Sugata Varavach Amrita Abhige Kara Mahamuda Manda Prade Ahara Ahara Mama Yur Sandarani Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Kagana Sobhava Vishuddhe Unisha Vijaya Parishuddhe Sahasha Rasmi Sansuti De Sarvata Dagada Avalu Shasta Paramita Pare Purani Sarvata Dagada Mate Dasha Bhumi Pratiste Sarvata Dagada Shridayam Atisthana Atishthite Mudre Mudre Maha Mudre Bajrakaya Samata Sawa Garma Varana Vishuddhe Pradine Vadaya Mama Yuri Vishuddhe Sawa Dadagada Samaya Atisthana Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Bemone Maha Bemone Mati Mati Maha Mati Mamati Sumati Tata Bodha Gode Parishuddha Visputa Buddhi Shuddhe He Jaya Jaya Vijaya Vijaya Samara Samara Sapara Savaraya Savaraya Sarva Buddha Atisthana Atisthate Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Bajre Bajre Maha Bajre Su Bajre Bajra Garbe Jaya Garbe Vijaya Garbe Bajra Jola Garbe Bajra Ud Bhave Bajra Sam Bhave Bajre Bajra Bhavandu Mama Shariram Sarva Sadhanam Sakaya Parishuddhar Bhavandu Mesada Sarvagade Parishuddhesha Shasmam Sarva Sattva Shas Sama Shasayando Bodhya Bodhya Siddhya Siddha Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vimodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Vimochaya Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Samanda Mochaya Mochaya Samanda Rasmi Parishuddhe Savata Dagada Shridaya Atisthana Mudre Mudre Maha Mudre Maha Mudra Manda Pradesho Om Drum Soha Om Amrita Ayurdade So Om Ahum Tam Sri Am A Raksha Raksha Mam Sarva Sattva Shatsa So Bhagavate Savadre Lokya Prati Vishishtaya Budaya Te Namatayata
Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Asama Samanta Avabasha Saparana Gati Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Chandumam Sarvatata Gata Sukata Varavachana Amrita Abhisekara Mahamudra Mantra Pade Ahara Ahara Mama Ayusam Dharani Vishodaya Vishodaya Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Usnisavijaya Parishuddhe Sahasra Rashmi Sanchodite Sarvatata Gata Avalokini Paripurane Sarvatata Gata Mate Dasha Bhumi Pratishite Sarvatata Gata Hridaya Adishtana Adishtite Mahamude Bhajakaya Samhatana Parishuddhe Savakarma Avarana Vishuddhe Prati Nirvataya Mama Ayu Vishuddhe Sarvatata Gata Samaya Adishtite Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Vimuni Vimuni Mahavimuni Mati Mati Mahamati Mamati Sumati Mutakoti Parishuddhe Vishputa Buddhishuddhe Hehe Jaya Jaya Vijaya Vijaya Samara Sama Sapara Sapara Saparaya Saparaya Sarva Buddha Adishtana Adishtite Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Bajre Bajre Bajaya Bejaya Garbe Vijaya Garbe Baja Jwala Garbe Baja Udbhave Baja Sambhav Bajra Bajrini Bajri Bhavatu Mama Shariram Sarva Sattva Nanjakaya Parishuddhi Bhavatu Mesada Sarva Tathagatascha Mam Sarva Sattvascha Samasvashyantu Buddhya Buddhya Siddhya Siddhya Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vibodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Vimochaya Vimochaya Shodhaya Shodhaya Vishodhaya Vishodhaya Samanta Mochaya Mochaya Samanta Rashmi Parishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Hridaya Mahamudra Mahamudra Mantrapade Asoha Om Drum Soha Om Amrita Ayudade Soha Om Ahong Tam Hri Ang A Raksha Raksha Mam Sarvastam Swamscha Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Savatre Loka Prati Vishishtaya Buddhyate Namatayata Drum 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 Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Asama Samanta Avabhasha Saparana Gati Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Abhishinchantu Mam Sarvatataka Varavachana Amrita Abhisekara Mahamudra Mantrapade Ahara Ahara Mama Ayusamda Shodaya Shodaya Vishodaya Vishodaya Gagana Swabhava Vishuddhe Usnisavijaya Rashmi Sanchodite Sarvatathagata Avalokini Shashta Paramita Paripurani Sarvatathagata Mate Dashabu Kata Hridaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Bhajakaya Sanghatana Parishuddhe Savakarma Avarana Vishuddhe Mama Ayu Vishuddhe Sarvatathagata Samaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Vimuni Vimuni Mahavimuni Mati Mati Mahamati Mamati Sumati Tatata Bhuttakoti Parishuddhe Vijaya Vijaya Samara Samara Sabara Sabara Sabaraya Sabaraya Sarva Buddha Adhishtana Adhishtite Shuddhe Shuddhe Buddhe Buddhe Subhadre Bajra Yave Jaya Garbe Vijaya Garbe Bajra Jwala Garbe Bajra Ubhav Bajra Sambhave Bajra Bajrini Bajri Bhavatu Mama Shariram Sarva Sattvanan Chakaya Parishuddhi Bhavatu Sarvagati Parishuddhischa Sarva Tathagatascha Mam Sarva Sattvascha Samasvashyantu Buddhya Buddhya Siddhya Siddhya Bodhaya Bodhaya Vibodhaya Vibodhaya Mochaya Mochaya Vimochaya Vimochaya Shodhaya Shodhaya Vishodhaya Vishodhaya Samanta Mochaya Parishuddhe Sarva Tathagata Hridaya Adhishtana Adhishtite Mudre Mudre Mahamudre Mahamudra Mantrapade Swaha Om Drum Swaha Om Amrita Ayudade Swaha Om Ahong Tam Hri Ang A Raksha Rakshama Sarvastam Samscha Swaha Just go to page 48. We'll do the offerings with the mantra. So here, a reminder. Argyam Padyam Pushpam Dupam Deepam Gende Nevede Shabda, then Chatamka and Patamka. To add Chatamka and Patamka. The C is pronounced as a ch. Chatamka, not ka, like chakra, chakra, chatramka, chatramka is a ch. Chatramka and patamka are the two. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Argyam Padyam Pushpam Dhupam Deepam Khande Nivede Shabda Chatramka Patamka Pratishta we do the praise on page 121. Glorious goddess, color of the autumn moon, with 3 faces and 8 arms, exceedingly beautiful and serene, you who grant supreme life, measurable wisdom, homage and praise to you, O victorious goddess, O victorious lady, Lord of the worlds, chief of the esoteric teachings, Achala, Kamaraja, Niladanda, Mahabala, together with the Devaputras, pure abodes to you, gathering of Vijaya deities, we pay homage. So we take a very short break, 15 minutes. So 5 minutes before the hour we start. Okay, go. You don't have a lot of time. Run off to your cafe if you need to. The offenses that we have created against the Dharmapalas, and then to beings of the 6 realms. But the last one is like what they are most known for, that you do the water offering in order to clear karmic debts. We have lots of karmic debts, and because of that, then our karmic creditors, those who have given us credit, come in this lifetime to demand payment. So when things don't go well, no matter how hard you try, or you feel like you're trying very hard and things are not going well, often, we say these are because karmic creditors are still not satisfied. So then this offering is to satisfy these karmic creditors. So we are going to repeat this section from 127 to 129. 127 to 129, correct?
127 to 129.
9, yeah. Yeah, we're going to repeat this section 10 times. That's how many times we do it. 127 to 129. We have to repeat 10 times. Then the 128, the Akaro Mukam Savadamanam, that mantra, each time we do 10 times. So that means each round we do 10 times. So when 10 times 10, 100 has been done. And there is more than 10 people in this room, so then 1,000 is repeated. That's the 1,000 offerings for this section. So 127. Yeah. Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddhoham. From the state of emptiness, vessels made of jewels, wide and vast, arise inside Abhalingtas, abundant in color, smell and taste, turn into great oceans of elixir. Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung. Having offered the linctus to the worldly and transcendent guests, they partake of them tongues of light tunnels. Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso. With these excellent Balingta offerings and gifts, may you assemblies of noble ones be pleased, may you ones be appeased, may you beings of the 6 classes be satisfied by the Balingta as soon as past karmic debts have been settled. May unsurpassed Bodhi be swiftly achieved. Om Banza Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddhohan. From the state of emptiness, vessels made of jewels that are white and vast arise inside Abalingtas, abundant in color, smell, and taste, which turn into a great ocean of wisdom elixir. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong. Having offered the Balingtas to the worldly and transcendent guests, take of them with tongues of light tunnels. Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma 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 Om Beso. With these excellent Balingta offerings and gifts, may you assemblies of noble ones be pleased, may you oath-bound ones be appeased, of the 6 classes be satisfied by the Balingta as soon as past karmic debts have been settled. May unsurpassed Bodhi be swiftly achieved. Om Hansa Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hong Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddhohan. Dombe Ngale Rinpoche Le Dube Noya Shingya Chewe Nandu Torma Kado Diro Nuba Punson Soba Yesheki Dusi Gyaso Chempor Gyur Om Ahong Om Ahong Om Ahong Jiten Dan Jiten Le Debro Namki Jao Ose Gi Bugu Torma Dante Sowa Gyur Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Karu Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Dhamma Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Beso Om Makaru Mukam Sawadamana Madhyanu Banato Om Ahong Beso Ha Jojin Dorma Dambadi Paye Sonam Ne Gyurji Damchen to Dang Kang Gyurji Ridu torme sim gyurji lencha bulong ke pada lame changtu nir to shon. Om Manna Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hom Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha Hang. From the state of emptiness, vessels made of jewels that are wide and vast arise inside our Balintas, abundant in color, smell, and taste, which turn into a great ocean of wisdom elixir. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong. Having offered the Balintas to the worldly and transcendent guests, they partake of them with tongues of light tunnels. Om Magarumukam Savadamanamidyanupanatuamam. 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 Om Ahom Peso. With these excellent Balinta offerings and gifts, may you assemblies of noble ones be pleased. May you oath-bound ones be appeased. May you beings of the six classes be satisfied by the Balinta as soon as past karmic debts have been settled. May unsurpassed Bodhi be swiftly achieved. Om Bhanja Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Swabhava Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddho Han Dong Be Ngang Le Rinpoche Du Be No Yang Kya Che Ve Nang Du Torma Kado Diro No Pa Punso Sopa Yeshe Ki Dusi Gyaso Chempor Gyu Om Ahong Om Ahong Om Ahong Jiten Dan Jiten Le De Pedron Nam Ki Ja Ose Ki Bugu Tormada Te Sovar Gyu Om Akaro Om Kansavadama Namadyandu Panatoromam Om Makarumukam Savadamanamadianupanatuam Om Beso Makarumukam Savadamanamadianupanatuam Om Beso Makarumukam Savadamanamadianupanatuam Om 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 Ahom Peso Ha Jojin Torma Dambadi Paye Sonam Ne Gyurji Damjen to Dangang Gyurji Ridu Torme Sim Gyurji Lencha Bulang Ke Pada Lame Chanchu Ne To Sho. Manza Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hom Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha Hang. From the state of emptiness, vessels made from jewels that are wide and vast arise inside our Balintas, abundant in color, smell, and taste, which turn into a great ocean of wisdom elixir. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong. having offered to Balinta to the worldly and transcendent guests, they partake of them with tongues of light tunnels. Om Akaro Mukam Savadamana Madhyatu Panatora Beso, Om Akaro Mukam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatoda Mam, Om Akaro Mukam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatoda Mam Beso, 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 Om Akaro Mukam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatoda Om Beso, Om Akaro Mukam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatoda Mam, Om Akaro Mukam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatoda Ahum Besoha. With these excellent Balinta offerings and gifts, may you, assemblies of noble ones, be pleased. May you, oath-bound ones, be at peace. May you, beings of the 6 classes, be satisfied by the Balinta. As soon as past karmic debts have been settled, may unsurpassed Bodhi be swiftly achieved. Om Manza Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddham Tumbe Ngale Rinpoche Le Drupe Noyan Shingya Chewe Nangdu Torma Kado Diro Nuba Punso Soba Yesheki Dutsi Gyaso Chempo Om Ahum Om Ahum Om Ahum Jitenda Jitenlede Petona Namki Ja Osegi Bugu Torma Dante Sovargyu Akaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Mam Beso Makaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Mam Beso Umakaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Mam Beso Makaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Mam Umakaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Umakaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Mam Beso Makaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Umakaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Umakaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Mam Beso Makaro Mukam Savadamana Madenu Panatoda Om Ahum Besoha Chujin Dorma Dambadi Paye Sonam Nyegyurchi Damchen Tudam Kangyurchi Ridu Dorme Simgyurchi Lincha Bulon Kebarda Lame Chanju Nirto Sho Om Benza Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharme Swabhava Shuddhoham. From the state of emptiness, vessels made of jewels that are wide and vast arise inside a Balintas, abundant in color, smell, and taste, into a great ocean of wisdom elixir. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Having offered the Balintas to the worldly and transcendent guests, they partake of them with tongues of light tunnels. Om Akarumukam Sarvadamana Madhyanupanato Om Beso 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 Om Akarumukam Sarvadamana Beso Makarumukam Savadamana Madhyanupanato Hong Beso Makarumukam Savadamana Madhyanupanato Hong Beso. With these excellent Balinta offerings and gifts, may you, assemblies of noble ones, be pleased. Oath-bound ones be appeased. May you, beings of the 6 classes, be satisfied by the Balinta. As soon as past karmic debts have been settled, may unsurpassed Bodhi be swiftly achieved. 2 more. Om Banza Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddho Han Dom Be Ngale Rinpoche Le Tupe Noyan Shingya Chewe Nandu Torma Kado Dhiro Nuba Punsun Soba Yeshiki Dusi Gyaso Chenpor Gyur Om Ahom Ahon Jiten Dan Jiten Lede Pedron Nam Ki Cha Otse Ki Bugu Torma Ramte Sovar Gyur Om Makuru Mugam Savadamano Nyandu Padadoma Om Makuru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Beso Makuru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Makuru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Beso Om Makuru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Beso Om Makuru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Om Beso Om Makuru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Akaru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Akaru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Akaru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Akaru Mugam Savadamana Om Akaru Mugam Savadamana Madhyanu Panatota Om Ahum Pe Soha Chujin Torma Dhampadi Paye Sonam Negurji Dam Chentu Dam Kang Gyurji Ridu Torme Sem Gyurji Lenja Bolong Ke Barda Lame Changchu Nirtom Sho. This is the last one. Om Banzra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddho Hang Dom Be Ngale Rinpoche Le Tupe Noyang Shingya Chewe Nangdu Torma Kado Dhiro Nuba Punsun Sopa Yesheki Dusi Gyaso Chenpor Gyur Om Ahom Om Ahom Om Ahom Jitenda Jiten Lede Pedro Namki Ja Odzegi Bugu Torma Dante Sowar Gyur Om Makaru Mukam Savadamane Nubanato Om Beso Om Makaru Mukam Savadamana Mane 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 Nubanato Umma Hum Pesoha, Umma Karumukam Savadamana Madyanupana Tota Umma Hum Pesoha, Umma Karumukam Savadamana Madyanupana Tota Umma Hum Pesoha. Chujin Torma Dhampadi Page Sonam Negurchi Tamchen Tu Dam Kang Gyurchi Ridu Torme Sem Gyurchi Lenja Bulong Kebada Lame Chanju Nirto Sho. So now page 130, now is offering torma, not the water torma, but torma to the deities in the mandala. Om Vajra Amrita Kundali is missing. It should be in there for this. Always when we cleanse and prepare offering, you have the cleansing mantra and then you have the emptiness mantra. Om Vajra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hom Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddhoham. From the state of emptiness, vessels made of jewels that are white and vast arise inside Abhalingtas, abandoning color, smell, and taste, which turn into a great ocean of wisdom nectar. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Bhayo Om Akaro Mukam Sarva Dharmana Adyanupana Tvat Om Ahong Pe Soha Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Bhaya Om Akaro Mukam Sarva Dharmana Adyanupana Tva Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Bharivara Bhayo Om Akaro Mukam Sarva Dharmanam Adyanupana Tvat Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Sarva Tathagata Vijaya Sabarivara Bhayo Om Akaro Mukam Sarva Dharmanam Adyanupana Tvat Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Bhaya Om Akaro Mukam Sarva Dharmanam Adyanupana Tvat Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Bhayo Om Akaro Mukam Sarva Dharmanam Adyanupana Tvat Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Bhaya Om Akaro Mukam Manam Adyanupana Tvat Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Argyam Padyam Pushpa Dupam Alokam Kende Nevede Shabda Pratija Soha. Rose goddess, color of the autumn moon, with 3 faces and 6 arms, beautiful and serene, you who grant supreme life and immeasurable wisdom. Homage and praise to you, O victorious goddess. Enjoy this balinta, an offering and a gift. Let us, yogis, and all those around us attain health, longevity, and mastery. We renown and great fortune, as well as vast wealth. Grant us the accomplishments with pacifying, increasing, and the other activities. Once, please safeguard me, please eliminate untimely death and disease, demons, obstructing spirits. Please eliminate nightmares, bad omens, and evil curses. Let there be well-being, bountiful harbors, abundant grain, flourishing of the Dharma, overall goodness and prosperity, and grant us everything we wish for. And now is the third Torma offering, and this is offering to the 4 kings, the 4 Dharma kings that protect this world, and all those in their retinue. Om Bandra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hong Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddho Aham. Within the state of emptiness, vessels made of jewels that are white and vast arise inside. Balintas abundant in color, smell, and taste, which turn great ocean of wisdom elixir. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong. Om Drishtaya Akarum Mukam Sarva Dharma Adyanupanatvad Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Drishtaya Akaro Mukam Sarva Dharmana Adyanupanatvad Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Drishtaya Akaro Mukha Sarva Dharmadam Adyanupanatvat Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Vairudhakaya Akaro Mukham Sarva Dharmana Adyanupanatvat Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Vairudhakaya Akaro Mukha Sarva Dharmana Adyanupanatvat Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Vairudhakaya Akaro Mukha Sarva Dharmanam Adyanupanatvat Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Vairupakshaya Akaro Mukha Sarva Dharmana Adyanupanatvat Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Vairupakshaya Akaro Mukham Sarva Dharmana Adyanupanatvat Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Vairupakshaya Akaro Mukham Sarva Dharmana Adyanupanatvad Om Ahom Pe Soha. Om Vaishramanaya Akaro Mukham Sarva Dharmana Adyanupanatvad Om Ahom Pe Soha. Vaishramhanaya Akaro Mukham Sarvadharmanam Adyanupanatva Om Ahum Pe Swaha Om Vaishramhanaya Akaro Mukham Sarvadharmana Adyanupanatva Om Ahum Pe Soha Om Chatur Maharaja Saparivara Argyam Padya Pushpam Dupam Dipam Khande Nevede Shabda Pratija Great King, glorious one, emerald in color, holding a veena, subjugator of hosts of Gandharvas, to you, Dhritarashtra, we praise and homage, great hero, great powerful one, blue in color, holding a sword as a figure. So Kumbhandas to you, Virudaka, we praise and pay homage, great ruler, great wizard, red in color, holding a snake lasso, subjugator of hosts of Nagas, to you, Virupaksha, we praise and pay homage. Great guy, great golden colored one, holding a staff and a mongoose, subjugator of hosts of Yakshas. Vaishravana, we praise and pay homage. Enjoy this Balinta as an offering and a gift. Let us, yogis and all those around us, attain health, longevity, and mastery, glory, renown, and great fortune, as vast wealth. Grant us the accomplishments connected with it, increasing and other activities. Oath-bound ones, safeguard us. Please eliminate untimely death and disease, demons, obstructing spirits, and the like. Please eliminate nightmares, bad omens, and evil curses. Let there be well-being on earth, bountiful harvests, the grains flourishing of the Dharma, overall goodness and prosperity. Grant us everything we wish for. Add some water to the offerings. Here. The front shrine. No, main shrine. Go ahead. So now we are in page 141. These are the concluding rituals. So in this text it says the Gyanasattvas of the self-generation abide in the space in front. So the wisdom beings now separate from yourself as Usnisavijaya. Remember when we did the self-generation, the wisdom beings dissolve inseparably with the commitment being, which is the one that you visualize. Now you invite the wisdom beings to go into the space in front, into the mandala, which is what this line is saying. Om Bandra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hom Pe Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha within the state of emptiness from Om's appear vast and spacious vessels. From precious jewels inside them, the Oms dissolve into light, which become offerings made from divine substances, drinking water, feet, washing water, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, water, food, furthermore, offerings of music, banners and canopies, and so forth. Inconceivable, sparkling, and unimpededly limitless like space. Om Bhajra Argyam Swaha. Om Bhajra Padyam Swaha. Om Bhajra Pushpam Swaha. Om Bhajra Dhupam Swaha. Om Bhajra Dipam Swaha. Om Bhadra Gende Swaha. Om Bhadra Nevedyam Swaha. Om Bhadra Shakta Swaha. We need to insert the actual offering. This is the blessing. Om Sarva Tathagata Usnisavijaya Saparivara Argyam Padyam Pushpam Dupam Alo Dipam Kende Nevede Shabda Praticha Swaha. Glorious goddess, color of the autumn moon, with 3 faces and 8 arms, exceedingly beautiful, answering you who grant supreme life and immeasurable wisdom. Homage and praise to you, O Vijaya Goddess. By the power of making offerings and supplicating Bhagavati Vijaya to us and all our benefactors, please grant us the siddhi of deathlessness, repel evil spirits from below the earth, on the surface and above, epidemics and untimely death, pacify past karma and present conditions. Please grant us the siddhi of deathlessness. May all qualities of samsara and nirvana be perfectly attained, and increasing flourish, especially may the siddhi of deathlessness, power over life be granted. Goddess, having taken us under your care, as long as we have not reached Buddhahood, and that we are victorious in the battle with the Lord of Death, please grant the siddhi of deathlessness, you divine one, who are like a wish-fulfilling tree, an excellent vase, and a wish-granting jewel. By your compassion, please fill the excellent vase of my heart with the elixir of deathlessness. May you, Bhagavati, and your assembly of deities and their retinues, with all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, pacify all obstacles and impediments for us, master and disciples, patrons and beneficiaries. Together with our retinues, we pray that we may obtain all supreme and common siddhis. May will and activities be cleared. May we obtain the siddhi of deathless life. Whatever has not been gathered, whatever has deteriorated, and whatever we have made to accomplish any deficiencies, excesses, and faults that have occurred, we pray that you forgive all of these. Om Bhadra Sattva Samaya Manapala Nathatena Padida Dhamma Sudakana Subhaka Mamandra Dhamma Savasita Mepata Savakamasita Metinam Changura Bhagavata Then page 149. This is since we are in a temple, so there's all these sacred images. So we request the wisdom beings to dissolve into them rather than dissolve into the Dharmadhatu. You can pick up a little bit of the flowers, not all of it. We're going to use the rest for the auspicious verses here to consecrate the shrine, basically. Abide here with this material image in order to benefit sentient beings, we pray. Please perfectly grant absence of sicknesses, grant life, power, and the supreme siddhis. Om Suparatishta Bhajraye Swaha. So then the Gyanasattvas of the vase in the mandala now return to the natural places in the next part. The Gyanasattvas of the vase in front return to their natural places. The Samaya Sattvas dissolve back into yourself. Next is the auspicious verses. This is where, again, don't use all your flowers because we are going to, there are several verses. At the end of each verse, we will scatter some. You, the protector of the unbearable realm, kinsman of the sun regions, Maitreya, Lasanga, and so forth, you, the all-pervading kind root and lineage gurus, power of your wondrous virtues, such as merely hearing your name snatches one terrace of cyclic existence. May all collections of faults, adversities, tunes be exhausted, and may virtues and excellence increase like the waxing moon. May there be the auspiciousness of reveling in this perfect glory. It's not revealing. It's to revel. By the thousands of rays of light from cultivating your exalted form and chanting your mantra, with definitively vanquish the darkness of the lower realms, you, Jaya, who unfolds the petals of white lotus light, siddhis repelling countless lords of death in battle. By the power of your wondrous virtues, as many as you possess, may all collections of faults, adversities, and misfortunes be exhausted, and may virtues and excellence increase like the waxing moon. May there be the auspiciousness of reveling in this perfect glory. Praised by countless Sugatas, as numerous as the sands. This river, it was spoken and highly praised as blessed to the great powerful King. Vidya mantras which purifies unbearable karma and the lower realms and so forth by the power of its wondrous virtues, many as it possesses. May all collections of faults, adversities, and misfortunes be exhausted, and may virtues and excellence increase like the waxing moon. May there be the auspiciousness of reveling in this perfect glory. Holder of lotus, who delights in Potala, Lord of all secrets of all Buddhas, who with objectless compassion tames countless beings and vanquishes the hordes of the formless Maras and so forth, by the power of your wondrous virtue, as many as you possess, collections of faults, adversities, and misfortunes be exhausted, and may virtues and excellence increase like the waxing moon. May there be the auspiciousness of reveling in this perfect glory. Utterly magnificent protectors, Achala, Kamaraja, Niladanda, and Mahabala, wrathful kings whose tongues fierce, terrifying fires of the 9 moods of wrathful dances alone, completely incinerates the very root and seeds of demonic hordes and so forth. The power of your wondrous virtue, as many as you possess, collections of false adversities and misfortunes be exhausted, virtues and excellence increase like the waxing moon. May there be the auspiciousness of reveling in this perfect glory. You, Victor Ratna Sambhava, who achieved the 4 fearlessnesses, mirroring a youthful aspect of the deity in the pure land, your inexhaustible soft rain of elixir that tames whoever needs to be tamed, washes away the stains of beings to obscurations by the power of your wondrous virtues, as many as you possess. May all collections of false adversities and misfortunes be exhausted, and may virtues and excellence increase like the waxing moon. May there be the auspiciousness of reveling in this perfect glory. By meditating on the illusory divine form of appearance and emptiness, and by reciting powerful dharani mantras, performing offerings and so forth, through the amassed brilliant merit, may all sentient beings swiftly attain the great blissful state of Buddha. If you have the pecha, now the dedication from the pecha text. If you don't have, then just listen, yeah? We have such a nice pecha text because of Lama Ringzin. He was the one who did the layout for this and arranged for the printing and all of that. Page 90. Chanchen Tinlé Naro Dhamma Pa Mila Chuje Gambo Pa Pamo Rupa Gyawa Drikung Kagyu Lama Namje Drashi Sho Sonam Di Tamche Sepane Tomne Nepe Dranam Pamje Te Kegana Je Balon Trupai Sibe Sole Dowa Sho Korde Dusun Sadan Yobege Done Lenge Semki Kirgud Dene Shunzu Dorje Changi Gu Jiteng Gombo Gomba Tobar Sho Kewa Kundu Yanda Lamada Drume Chuki Pela Lonchochi Sadan Lamgi Yonten Rabzone Dorje Chanji Gomba Nirto Sho Dontra Geju Shiva Dam Mitun We Geban Yawadam Dumshin Munchun Soperji Shi De Kyan Tende Dele Shod Jin Molen Ram Duam Jambe Dupa Ye Ila Dopa Kundu Shod Ki Jodan Tumbe So Bani Shin Rupada Kodip So Madu Jokten So Singwa Jingi Labdu So Chu Semcho Rinpoche Make Panam Ke Gyu Che Ke Pan Yamba Me Pai Gong Ne Gong Du Gawa Sho Sangwa So Wa De Chodu Kutse Ringwa So Wa De Tinlé Da Shin Ke Ba So Wa De Lama Dan Dre Wa Me Ba Jingi Lo Jembel Ba Wo Jita Kemba Dan Kundu Sambo De An De Shin De Jesu Dalo Chin Kewa Di Da Tam Che Rab Tu Ngo Du Sun Shepe Gyawa Tam Che Ki Ngo Wa Gang La Cho Tu Nga Ba De Da Gi Ge We Tsa Wa Di Kun Kya Sampo Cho Chi Rab Tu Ngo Wa Gi Sam Ge Ku Sun Ne Pe Chin Lam Chuni mi gyur dembe jin lam da Gedu mi che du be jin la Ge jita ngon she mon la Kunjo sumgi dempa dan sanje dan chanchu senpa tam che ki jinji lab dan so ni yong su so pe nga tan chenpo da Chuye nambar da jin samgi mi kya pe toki de de shin du drupa gyur je da dan korde tam che ki du sun du sabada yo pe ge we zawadi da dan sen chen tam che ne du lana me pa ya da bar zo be chan chu rinpoche Tobar gyur je tembe pe gyur la me shaten tenzin kebo saten yong la kya tembe jinda nga dan da shinge temba yure nebe trashi sho she ja kunzi kungen chogi je tende ne la wanto drikung pa Rinchen Pergi Tempa Shi Treba Shi Ru Do San Gong Pe Zingyu Chi Kagyu Lama Chu Sum Yidam La Khandru Chokyun Dempe Jin La Ki Nagarjuna Nipa Ring Lu Ki Chu Shin Gong Ne Da Shin Ke Pada Mi tu ne pe tse wa gang dang ya shi shi da shi de le pun sun so gom pa nam da ka dan tum pa ye mano lam tong ke wa chi tu pa sa chu gom po tri ko rin chen ke tem pa da shin yu re ne gyu chi So we particularly dedicate the merit and the power of this practice to the longevity, well-being, good health of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The two Holinesses, the sun and moon of Drikung Kagyu, the Drikung Kyabgon, Chesang and Chongsang Rinpoches, and of course to all our guides, to all our gurus, And also, by the power of those blessings, of those merits, we then dedicate our practice, our offerings to the pacification of suffering, both outer, inner, secret, all these levels of sufferings and obscurations, for the clearing of them, for the dispelling of all of that, for all beings everywhere. So as I'm sure you know, in particular, we very suddenly decided to do this offering on this weekend because of His Holiness going into a 3-year retreat for the next 3.5 years. So this is a very special time. And also, His Holiness himself, in the context of his 80th birthday, said to everyone in a letter, there's no need to do a birthday celebration in the modern Western way, as this is not really the tradition. He says, if monasteries, places with the ability, want to, they should do this 1,000 offerings of Namgyalma. And then he says, for those places who don't have the ability to do this, you can do the Amitayus practice. So I am very pleased that we are a tiny, small place here, and yet with help from Lama Ringzin and all those who were able to help, we are able to hold this together. And of course, those of you who came to the temple to practice, all of you who are joining us from Zoom, coming together to practice, and then the donors. There is a number of donors that sent donations for the purchase of these offerings. We bought tables, we bought tablecloths, we bought all sorts of things for this offering. So now I want to announce that next year's Usnisavijaya 1,000 offering will be on the weekend of July 18, 19. So it will be 3 days. We will do it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 1 year in advance. So please don't tell me, oh, I didn't know you were doing this. This first time, yes, you can say, oh, I didn't know you were doing this. I'm going to the mountains, I'm going to the beach, I'm going to the mall, I'm staying at home. I plan to stay at home that weekend. Yeah, so this is 1 year from now, July 18th. Not exactly 1 year, I suppose, but 1 year enough. But 17th we will start. So 16 is preparation, 15 is preparation, 14 is preparation. So we will do it on 17, 18, and 19. By then, I expect that the Dharma Hall at the Forest Hermitage will be ready. So we will probably do it there. But it does mean that staying and all that will require a little bit of planning. So 17, 18, 19, we will do again this 1,000 offerings in the Forest Hermitage and the Dharma Hall. Then also, I want to take this opportunity to share a message that His Holiness sent a few hours before he went into retreat. He sent a voice message addressed to the Drikung Kagyu Foundation, but I'm sure it applies to all of us because in whatever way you have helped in Drikung Kagyu. So His Holiness basically spent the last 50 years rebuilding Drikung Kagyu. After going into exile, there was basically no monastery in exile, except for the traditional monasteries in Ladakh. But because of all the chaos that was in Tibet, even the activities in Ladakh was interrupted because historically Ladakhi monks would be traveling to Tibet to train. And so all the unrest that was happening in Tibet that finally led up to the invasion of Tibet, all those years also meant that the Ladakhi monasteries were also struggling. So there was really next to nothing when His Holiness finally came out from Tibet and then single-handedly, led this big effort, and then for 50 years, more or less, he was constantly doing everything. Of course, with the help of a handful of senior lamas. But the situation with Drikung Kagyu is such that we, on the eve of the invasion, many of our senior lamas actually passed away. And so it was a difficult time for the lineage. In contrast, for example, in the Drikung Kagyu, they had many senior lamas that survived. Also because of the age. I don't want to suggest that they were killed or anything like that, but because of the age at the point, And so then there were grown-ups, so to say, in the hierarchy that smoothed out that transition of the invasion. But Drikung Kagyu wasn't in that situation, so just very few. So then His Holiness could no rest at all in the last 50 years. And then finally now at the age of 80, this is his second 3-year retreat. Even that at the age of 80 is kind of unheard of in recent years. Any of the holders of the lineage, someone of his stature, going into retreat. Going into retreat is rest in some ways, but it's not rest in many other ways. It's almost like you could think of the last 50 years as His Holiness's strengthening of the container of Drikung Kagyu, the container. Reviving all the monasteries, both outside and inside Tibet. Reviving all the monasteries, the nunneries, the retreat centers, the temples, the holy sites. And also leading in the effort of all the different centers all around the world. So for 50 years, His Holiness strengthened the outer, so to speak, primarily, right? And now in the next 3.5 years, he is strengthening the inner. And likewise, this is our time to connect with that effort of strengthening the inner and really, focus on practice. And practice is not just sitting down chanting or sitting down doing meditation. Practice is changing minds, changing hearts, paying attention to the avoidance of the 10 non-virtues, practicing the 10 virtues in the way of the outer, inner, secret, and suchness forming a single point, and really committing to doing that. Furthermore, in terms of practice, as Jigten Sumgön says, whereas other people emphasize the importance of the main thing, he says, the real main thing is actually the preliminaries. Now, often this is interpreted as, you have to do the 100,000 prostration, 100,000 vajrasattva. That is one kind of preliminary. But it's not, Jigten Sumgön wasn't talking about a very narrow definition of preliminaries. Jigten Sumgön was talking about all the basic understandings that we need to have and all the preparation that we need to do is where the power of the practice comes from. It says even this emphasis on the main practice is superficial compared to the importance of the preliminaries. And I want to offer you, all of you here, all of you on Zoom, and those of you who are connected with other Dharma centers and everywhere, don't make the mistake of thinking, the practice starts when the advertised time is. It starts at 10, sit down, do the practice.
Don't make that mistake. The preliminaries in the context of practices like this is all the preparation. Because during the preparation, of course, it's not guaranteed. If you do the preparation more like, got to do this, then of course, it does no good at all. But if you do the preparation and understanding that is ngondro, that is the ngondro that we're talking about, then you have 2-3 days leading up to it to orientate your mind, to prepare this ground, so that when the actual planting happens, that ground is ready, is fertile. So all the preparations, in my friend who is, I've been talking about him recently, is in Japanese Buddhist family, a temple family. When he was training in his younger days, he says, in their tradition, in the Tendai lineage, there's a saying, for every day of main practice, 3 days of prior cleaning. Of course, they're also Japanese. But for every day of main practice, it should be preceded by 3 days of preparation, 3 days of cleaning. But no exaggeration, in his own case, he said, before he did the 90-day walking meditation, that's what I've been talking about. For 90 days you walk. The only time you stop is to eat and to go do your business. You're like, wait, what about sleep? No. You walk until you collapse. They let you sleep for a little bit, then the attendant wakes you up, and you get up and you continue walking. This is called the constantly walking samadhi. But before he was even allowed to start this 90-day retreat, he was assigned 1 month to clean the hall that they keep the founders' relics, like the relic hall. He cleaned it day, night for 1 month. That is our equivalent of Vajrasattva. To clean, like physically clean. Every single inch, there's nothing left to clean, you still clean. To prepare. I'm talking about this because I saw a posting of him saying, I just dropped my son off at the train station. He is going to start his 90-day constantly walking samadhi retreat. Anyway, yeah. So this is ngondro. This is where you can really make a difference in your practice. It's in the intention, the effort you put into preparing for the practice. Not just, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Getting there is going to change your practice. Anyway, I got distracted. I said I'm going to share a message that His Holiness gave us. We'll try and see if we can play that. Just for auspiciousness, you can hear. Dun, dun, dun.
Today we have here Ura Bumthang, the Bhutan. They have last program this morning, going to long life Amitayu and following some ordained here, some religious precious objects around, I think thousands of people, and also some Rinpoches there. After we lunch with some foreigners and some Rinpoches and some other relatives here, then we're going to walk up in the retreat house. Then we say goodbye, and then next tomorrow we'll be going to the retreat for 3.5 years. I would say here, thank you very much, and the American Foundation in long time in supporting Drikung Kagyu many projects. And so I pray that you all have good health and the Lopön Dr Hun Lopön Rinpoche's the guidance in all the activities fulfilled, successful. Then we will see you in after 3.5 years, and I will keep you all in my prayer. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.
See you in 3.5 years. So in 3.5 years, we need to have results for him to see. Not 3.5 years, it's like still the same. Outer and inner, right? There need to be improvement in 3.5 years. So it will be winter, I think. Yeah, when he comes out of retreat. Okay, so
So for distribution.
yeah. So the water from the vase now will be distributed. Those of you who are not local, you have to visualize harder to visualize receiving the accomplishment water. But what I will do is I will take the accomplishment water and make them into Dharma pills. Then at some point, if you really want, you can take the pills. Yeah.
Since less, so we have to mix with some water.
Uh-huh. Lama Ringzin, maybe bring that one first, the jug. We pour in the jug, and then safer.
It's too much or
Maybe too much. Yeah. We can. Here. Let's just pour everything out first, and then we can add as we need. Oh yeah. Gracias. Oy. Because it's also very strong. Here, you can rinse this. This boomzet still at the bottom. Bring a fancy bumpa like this. I think that's good. Oi. Again, maybe. Some more coming out. Don't need more, I think. I mean, too much. Don't need too much. Oh yeah. Don't need this. Oh yeah. Okay, come get some deliciousness. Om Dum Swaha, Om Amrita Ayudade Swaha, Om Dum Swaha, Om Amrita Ayudade Swaha, Om Dum Swaha, Amrita Ayudade Swaha, Om Dum Swaha, Om Amrita Ayudade Swaha, Om Dum Swaha, Amrita Ayudade Swaha Om Drum Swaha Om 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 Amrita Ayudade Swaha Om Dum 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 Swaha Om Amrita Ayudade Om Dum Swaha Om Amrita Ayudade Swaha. So that's it. Congratulations, you all succeeded. Sarva Mangalam.
Have time for kata offering.
Uh-huh.
I noticed something.
Yeah. Yes.
English like from Mother Soha.
Yes.
That is intercession.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I had to. So have to fix that.
So in terms of cleanup, first all the puja tables and bells and texts should go away. Dissolve the mandala from the outside inside. Mandala started from the inside to outside. Very useful. Hands that are not so long.
Hey, if it works.
Okay lah.
Okay lah.
Text can go. Ritual items can go.
The purple boxes are my first batch of the
I see.
kind of
incense.
it's local cedar, local apples, and local peaches.
Okay, bye bye. Oh, bye bye. Oh, good. You can unmute. Are they allowed to unmute?
Yes, they should be.
Okay, then you just unmute everyone. You could also do it. There's unmute everyone.
Okay. Now you can unmute yourselves.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, querido Andrés.
Muchas gracias.